Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is AJ and it's great to have you here. Before we begin, take a moment and like and subscribe. This is a small channel and I truly appreciate your support. Help me grow a little bit. This channel is about stories that linger, the kind that sit quietly long after they end. And I think Lonely Castle in the Mirror is one of those stories. Based on the novel, this film begins like a dream. You're not quite sure how to hold on to it. There's a mirror that glows and a castle that shouldn't exist. And beneath that fantasy is something much more fragile, something very real. We follow Kokoro, a girl who has stepped away from the world, not only out of choice, but because the weight of it has become too much to carry. Her room becomes her refuge, her silence a kind of shield. School has become too much, and the bullying has taken its toll. And when the mirror opens in her room, it doesn't feel like an escape, it feels like an invitation to something far more amazing. Now the mirror connects her to a castle, and inside the castle she meets others like her, each one carrying their own hidden story, their own personal storm. And what unfolds isn't a grand adventure, but something different, a slow, careful unraveling of who they are and what they have been through. There's also this subtle fairy tale thread woven through the film that deepens its emotional lore. The castle itself feels like something pulled from an old storybook, and at its center is the mysterious Wolf Queen, a masked girl who acts as both host and guide, watching over the children. She feels almost like a guardian of the rules, a figure suspended between comfort and unease. The presence of the wolf imagery hints at stories like Little Red Riding Hood, where innocence and danger exist side by side. It adds this layer of tension to the story, a reminder that even in a place meant to feel safe, there are boundaries and consequences, and possibly truths awaiting to be uncovered. And what makes this film so powerful is how gently it handles pain. It doesn't over-dramatize it, it simply allows these emotions to exist. Loneliness, shame, they drift through the story, always present and never forced, and because of that, they feel honest and real to us. And the castle itself feels like a reflection of the heart. It's a little bit broken. It's a place outside of time where these characters can exist without expectations, where silence isn't uncomfortable and being seen doesn't feel dangerous. There's something very comforting about that, and also something quite heartbreaking. Now, even if you've never experienced something like Kokoro has, the film finds a way to reach you, because at its core it speaks to something universal, that feeling of standing just outside the world, unsure how to step back in, wanting a connection but not knowing how to ask for it. The relationships that form in this space are delicate. At first they barely touch, but over time something begins to shift with each character. Walls begin to drop, and in those small moments you can feel the weight lifting. Visually, the film leans into softness. The real world feels muted, kind of distant, while the castle glows with like a dreamlike quality. It's not overwhelming or flashy in style, and the pacing mirrors the same feeling. It moves slowly, like turning pages in a book. And because it takes its time, every emotional moment lands with a kind of gravity. Nothing feels rushed, nothing feels forced. At its heart, Lonely Castle in the Mirror is about connection, the kind that forms in the spaces between worlds. The kind that reminds you that even in your most isolated moments, someone, somewhere might understand. The way the characters start to connect with these shared experiences, the more they start to understand that they are not in fact alone. And I think that's also what makes the film so interesting. It doesn't try to fix everything, it doesn't promise pain will disappear, but it offers something just as meaningful, a sense of being seen, a reminder that everyone's voice matters. And in the end, it isn't just a story about a castle, or a wish, or even the idea of an escape. It's about finding the courage to return, to step back into a world that once felt unbearable. carrying with you the small, fragile hope that maybe you don't have to face it alone. Thank you for joining me here. My name is AJ. Thanks for hanging out with me in my little corner of the universe. Take a moment and like and subscribe if you'd like this. I have other great content for you to check out. And let me know what you thought of the movie down below. Let me know if you have any recommendations for me. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you and take care.